All right, ladies and gentlemen. Got another one here for you. It's a good day today. Solid day. We're up just over 2K in the last 5 days. So that was solid. And after coming off a little bit red on Monday, or sorry, on the week, yeah. So red Monday and banger yesterday went over, and today was another banger. $820 on the day. I'm gonna take a look at where we did it, how we did it, and why. So we had a little bit more follow through today on the SPY, on the Qs, and then a lot of the major tech names. Bitcoin started to sell off a little bit here, right? We came down and we are right in this range in between the Fibonacci retracements, right? Between the 26.3 that we launched off of yesterday and the next level up in here, which is the where this level is in at, what is that? Like 28.3s, which we tested off of. And now I have this support in here. I'm not sure if it's gonna be support or resistance. We'll find out if we're trading in between this range. So that was coin. As far as the major markets, what we're going to be looking at is SPY and Qs are overextended, I think, a little bit, right? So on the daily RSI, we're just starting to curl up, daily MACD crosses on both. But we do have a little bit lowering volume, maybe not quite enough to call it that yet. We do have a big resistance here at 451.60. Today's high, 451.67, it was 7 pennies off. And then we have this in here, the low of the high over the last few weeks. The low is 451.55, right? So it's about a 10, 12 cent range in here that we got to break out of. And then after we get ahead of that, then we have room into the higher 450s, 460s. However, on the weekly, right, I believe what we're going to see is kind of maybe this is the top of the week. Anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. But I think that we start to kind of go sideways on here, maybe consolidate a little bit tomorrow into the 446s, 443 even, and then from there we continue. And while those are extended, if we continue to go higher, right, then we're going to see some breakouts from some of the ranges that haven't broken out yet. So Microsoft, for example, Amazon, right? We have this tightening range as well. Meta, inside bar day. Netflix caught a bid today, but couldn't quite get above these levels of 440, right? Above 440, Netflix has room to go. Google is in a world of its own the last few weeks. Lots of strength here. So we're looking for that. And then down into some of the mid caps, right? So yesterday we talked about Shopify. Had a great trade on this today where we got the tightening range breaking above the EMAs, pushed through today. Took that for a pretty good percentage here. I tried it 2 or 3 times and couldn't quite get where I get filled in because we were so choppy coming into the day. Oh shoot, we launched after hours. I didn't realize. Could have held those. I'm happy with what I took. So it was really choppy in here. Tried in once, got wicked out, and then in again on the next half the day, and then out up in here on the test of highs. And we'll look at that. So Shopify though on the daily has room to go. CRM had good earnings after hours. We'll see if we get a sell-off on that tomorrow. If not, we have a gap to fill up into the 220s. Upstart, maybe a break in base here, right? Descending wedge, descending channel, breakout potentially. I want to see strength over the 200 EMA. And then AI, tightening range, CrowdStrike, tightening range, right? All these mid caps in here, the tech and hyper growth. NVIDIA, star of the show today, at the beginning, and then wicked off because of a negative news headline, and that was right in here. You can see this. We could have gone higher. AMD reacted similarly. And then as far as the major tech ETFs, right, the ARKK this is what we're looking like. Pretty strong, following the SPY. Let's take a look at what we did today. So the 30th, lots of trades today, but really good ones. So SPY, we were in at 946, 945 candle. And I'm in Discord with my boy Trey Kelly for these. We're gonna go ahead and put the indicator or the supports and resistances back on. something I want to talk about, my supports and resistances and how important these are that I draw them. Supply and demand, support and resistance, whatever you want to call them. These levels are impeccable, right? And a lot of these I don't even have to draw in every day because we're just in these inside ranges. I mean, we're literally double bottoming. We wick below, right? The wick below is to the testing down here to the lows of open, or lows of pre-market, but it's like to the penny. And up in here, right, this consolidation zone. Up in here, we're, let's see, this is a 67 and 78, 10 cents off. So, I mean, supports and resistances are so important, and I'm able to trade off of those really, really big. So that was in here, right? I see that we're coming in 946 candle. That is in, boom, at the very 1 minute into this, right? We come down, I see that we're wicking up above the VWAP. I like the strength on that. And then I'm in here, small, and then I add into position as we see that we're going to be increasing. And so you can see my adds in here. Let's see, SPY on the 30th, right here. So I'm in at 41, again at 48, all right, again at 53. And then this is my first attempt at shop. I was in at 13. I bought 2 days. I didn't like the looks of it, so I sold for a small loss there. Meanwhile, SPY is going 41, 48, 53. And then this is my second entry point in Shopify. And then I sell all SPY at 65 right there. So it was really solid. 41, 48, 53, out 65s. Then we flip it, right? We barely, so let's see, let's look at this 10-15 candle on SPY. It's pretty great. 10-15, boom. Literally snipe the top, right? And why? Because we start to see the bearish volume come in. Or sorry, the lowering volume come in here, and then we're coming up to this level. And this candle was pretty dang wicky. Give him the 1 minute. Woo, way too much going on there. Never mind, we're not even gonna look at that. The 1 minute, you can see the wicks in there that made us want to get out. So we did, and it was solid. Then we're in again. Let's see, we're buying puts this time. So looking for the downside at 10-16. So we flip quick, right? We're out and back in. 10:55, at 55, at 54, at 59, at 53. I'm adding in this point at 60, at the 63 ad, I'm full size. I sell Shopify. That's my second attempt at Shopify. It didn't work out, sold for a small loss. And then we're out SPY at 137. That was a massive trade. I think we took it for 130 some percent. So let me look at that. Oh wait, let's see what the sell candle time was on SPY. 137, 10:28, right? So that's my first entry on SPY for these puts is 10:16, and that's 10:28. So in like basically 12 minutes, made over $400. 16 was this candle here, we flipped, and then 28, boom, boom, is this candle here, and we catch in the wick. Just awesome, right? And again, it's the levels is what gave me the in and out confidence, right? The exit and entry points is the support and resistances. The volume profile plays nicely in there as well on the upside. Then could have taken SPY long, but you know, I had been in and out, didn't like it anymore. I was done there, made my money. I felt like Shopify, we got out of that for a small loss. Then we took Tesla, rebuy of Shop, and some coin. Now the coin I played not too wisely, right? So Bitcoin was setting up on the 5 minute. Actually, we can just take a look at coin. Bitcoin's setting up in the 5 minute. Where we got coin at? In here, and I'm seeing how wicky this is, and I'm like, okay, I don't, you know, Bitcoin's starting to sell off. I'm gonna take the sell off here. So I go get in on the sell off on Bitcoin right in here. See, we get toppy and we go out. I took these for like 70%, and then I watched this wick. I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna play the VWAP, you know, reject here, and didn't play it too well. It just skyrocketed super fast, and I got out for I think like 10 or 15%, not a lot. Shopify was our play that we mentioned yesterday. All right, so I got wicked out once, wicked out again, and then in here I try again longer for 2 weeks out, and then we sell up in here, and it was solid for 35-40%. Could have re-entered but didn't. Kind of wish I had stayed in because they were 65s and we're up at 62. Those would have been probably over 100% by now, at least 70s or 80s. And then Tesla was a beautiful trade today. Let me show you Tesla here. This was just great. So on Tesla, our first buy is one contract at 208, and then another contract. Let's see, no, one at, there we go, one at 187, 208, and then where's my third ad? 242, and we're all out at 286 at 1151. And that looked like this at 1151. This candle in here, the top of this, right? So we could have kept going, but this drop down was so significant in here that we were out in this candle at the top here. So we added in here, and the reason we took Tesla, right, is simply this right here, this ascending wedge, right? And it's a higher low in here, this range, and we broke out. And then once we got above these massive sell walls at 256.40s, then boom, we were gone. And this just pushed us to 60, 70, 80% really fast. And adding to my position size is I have conviction in the trade, right? Risking only 10% of the account maximum on every trade. And it worked out really well. The last trade of the day that I took, this was dumb, TLRY, was a TLRY trade. And hang on here, let's see. So TLRY had a massive news play today, right? I mean, look at this candle, just ridiculous volume in here. There's 10 million volume, there's like 20,000 volume, 25, 100,000 volume in each candle, and then all of a sudden 10 million, 5 million, 5 million, just stupid volume coming in. And the reason was because they, DEA was recommended that they take a different look at like the drug usage and what they consider it, what level kind of offense and different things. So anyways, what we're worried about, up or down, is making money on it. So this took off, and follow fast, shout out to Fast Stock Market News. We got the alerts on Twitter and X, pumped to this, or didn't pump it, but they alerted it. So I went real quick, checked it out, and then I could have played this much wiser, but I didn't. So I go in for 100 contracts at 3. These like quadruple super fast, but there is no open interest to sell them. So I'm like, holy crap, I'm gonna go sell, and I just sell market, and it sold for exactly what I got in at. And this is like a 4-minute trade. And then though, I doubled on 20 contracts from 6 to 10. That was like 83, 91%. And then we sold the Shopify up in here. That was the second go around of Shopify 65s. So all in all, great day. Again, anything can happen, right? Tomorrow, SPY, key level is 451.78, right? Anything above 451.78, I'm looking at the upside 452.75. And then anything below 450.23, I'm looking for downside, right? Down into 449. While we are lowering on volume, on the 1 hour, we're just grinding higher. We have some room to work with here, as you can see. So we will see where this goes. On the daily, let me get rid of the barcode here. I'm expecting, I would imagine that we go sideways for a little bit, unless there's some big news. If they want to push us higher, hey, by all means, push us higher on the daily. But I think that in order for that to happen, Microsoft is going to be what makes a difference, right? We're just consolidating, tightening range in here in Microsoft. If Microsoft catches a bid up to like 330s, 335, 340, then we're going to be rolling. But right now, going to be an inside day. That's everything. Remember, anything can happen. Trade accordingly. And if your goals don't scare you, they're probably not big enough.